Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my workshop and welcome to episode 12 of my participation in the Jurgen Zoller challenge. A challenge to build an electric bass guitar with a hollow body. And I think it's about time that I stuck the top on this body. I think it's also about time I stuck the fretboard on this neck. So, got a lot to do. Let's get going. So first I want to thank everybody who commented. I asked about the braces and should I shape the braces on the back here, and well, I'm really grateful for all your comments, and I think the overall opinion was that no, Dave, you shouldn't shape them, because at the end of the day this is to give strength to the body, because it's a bass guitar and obviously the strings are going to pull this body, and so it's best to leave them as they are. So that's what I'm going to do. There is one thing that I do want to do, and if I put that on top of there, you'll notice there's a bit of forward and back movement there. Now obviously the whole idea of those braces is to make sure that it's got strength in the body there. So I think I'm going to put some veneer probably on the ends of these braces, just to make sure that when they go on it is a nice tight fit. I'll do that. But I also had a comment from somebody who said, Dave, why don't you drill the holes for the controls while you've got the top off? I think that's an absolutely cracking idea. I'd drawn on this template where I want the controls to go, so I think that's what I'll do first. I do really appreciate all the comments that you give me, because it really does help the build of this guitar, and I just hope that it makes you feel part of the build as well, because one of the things I want to do in this channel is to try and encourage folk to, you know, go off and build their own guitars and build whatever you like, but do something. And yeah, getting comments is absolutely fantastic, and I do reply to every comment. And I particularly like it if you pose me a question or tell me a little tale about your experiences, because yeah, it's quite nice to have something to have a chat about. Anyway, I've marked the position of those two controls. I've looked underneath and there doesn't seem to be anything there, so that should be okay. So I think without further ado we'll drill those holes. Now these are miniature potentiometers, and the thread there is, well, it's about 7mm, so if I drill an 8mm hole, that should do the job. Now if you watch my channel you'll know that I'm prone to the occasional mistake, so before I drill the top of the guitar body, I'm just going to plop an 8mm hole in this piece of scrap, and we'll just make sure that it's A, not going to tear out, and B, it's going to fit the potentiometer there. Now I didn't speed that bit of video up because I just wanted to show you how slow I go through the wood. I found if I do that I don't get chip out, so that's why I go through slowly. Let's just see if this fits. Get it in there. Yeah, it looks like it's going to fit. The problem I'm going to have by the looks of things is the top is probably going to be a little bit too deep, which will be interesting. So yeah, look at that. Right, I've loaded up a 30mm Forstner bit in the drill, and I've got some offcut from the top here, and I've also set the depth stop so it won't go all the way through. So let's do a little bit of carving here. Okay, well, I apologise ladies and gentlemen, I'm having fun with the camera today, switching it on when I thought it was off, etc., and off when I thought it was on. I've also just gone and lost this bit, but anyway, just to recap the story, I've drilled an 8mm hole in the middle of that recess there. So let's see if this is going to do the job. Well, I might have to go a little bit thinner there. I've got some thread poking through, so that's looking promising, but I think I'll go just a little bit deeper with the Forstner bit. Okay, I had another go and that one looks much better, so I just went a little bit deeper. So first things I need to do is to drill a pilot hole, and I don't want to alter the drill press, so I'm just going to do that by hand here. In fact, what I will do is put it on a board. Okay, over to the drill press, or the pillar drill, whatever you prefer. I'm never quite sure what's the right term. Here we go. You know, it's always a problem for me when I come to put the controls in that I haven't thinned the top enough. Right, here we go. Smashing. I'll just tidy these up a bit with a knife. Right, I think I'm going to go through from this way and press it down on the wood there. Let's just hope it's okay. Well, those two holes look all right. Let's just see how that goes in. That's going to be fine. That's going to come through, and that's going to come through. So, well, thank you very much for the gentleman who commented on that, because that saved me a lot of work. Now, before I stick this on, I just need to address this little bit of movement that we've got here. So I think the way to do that is to put some veneer, and I've got this piece of ankle that I've trimmed off something else, I don't know what, but I think I'm just going to stick a piece on each side of those front two recesses there. If I glue something in there, I think that's going to do the job. That is going to do the job. That's much more secure. There's no movement in that at all now. Excellent. So let's get those glued in. If I can get the top off. Oh. Okay. Just going to glue these in with a little bit of super glue. Try to avoid sticking my fingers onto it. I had a great afternoon a while back where I'd stuck my index finger and thumb together with super glue, and well, Carolyn had a nail polish remover on it, and my goodness me, it took hours to get the thing off, and in the end when I ended up prizing them apart with a knife, it wasn't very pleasant. Was not very pleasant. Magic, give it a bit of a spray. Well, I believe the time has come to get the top stuck on, he said. Poet and doesn't know it. Here we go. I've gone round with a scraper just to smooth this top surface off. So I'm happy that that's all okay, and also sanded it a little bit as well, so hopefully that should be all right. Let's get some glue on it first. I have to work quite quick, although it's a cold day today, and so I suspect that this isn't going to go off anytime soon. But here we go. I need some more glue. Well, this certainly proves the point that you can't have too many clamps, doesn't it? I sincerely hope I've got that clamped as best I can, but I'm just looking. I think I could put another one there actually. You can get one of these in there. That's it. Smashing. Well, I think that'll do it. So I think it's time for a cup of tea. Well, that was a long cup of tea. It's now a new day, and a frosty one at that. And I'm afraid I've got a bit of a snivelly cold, so I do apologise. And well, I've just been round to the compost heap, and I have to have a bit of a laugh here because yesterday I've been making some damson gin, and yesterday I tipped the gin into bottles and I took away all the damsons that had been soaking in it for about 3 months. And well, I dumped them on the compost heap, and this morning they've all gone. So there's going to be some squirrels and the resident mouse with a bad head today. Oh dear. Obviously was very popular though. Anyway, this is glued. So I need to sand it, and I'm not going to bore you with me sanding a body. I'm going to get on with something else first. Now, I'll be honest, off camera, I did nip out yesterday and I stuck this truss rod into the neck. I think Ben at Crimson said recently that he doesn't stick the truss rods in. And I did that on one of the guitars and it rattles. So I'm going to stick it in, and I have done. So this has been glued, and it's been glued overnight, so it should be okay now. So what I'm going to do is glue the fretboard on, but I just need to trim the end first. Hey, did I tell you about my new book, Entanglement by D.K. Dickens on Amazon? Selling like hotcakes it is. Sold 12, and it's had a 5-star review. So pop along to Amazon and grab yourself a copy. It's in paperback and on the Kindle. Well, you can't blame me for plugging it, can you? Right, let's get this trimmed off. Right, I'm just going to drill a couple of registration holes. I can put a cocktail stick in. Don't want it to go too deep. I'll just mark the drill there, the drill bit. That should do it. avoid the truss rod. That should be okay, and we'll put one down here. Just see if I can get a cocktail stick in there. Oh, look at that! God gracious me! I'm gonna take a chip out of there. Oh, yeah, okay. Super glue. Super glue. You know, you do one thing and you end up doing something else. Right, while that's setting, let's try the other end. Let's have a bit more success with this end. That looks alright. Oh dear. Here we go. Let's snip that off. Back to the end with a chip in it. I'm going to obviously radius this fretboard, so not quite as bad as it seems, he says. Okay, I think that's going to register it. Let's get these clamps off. Good. Got some registration. Okay, now then, let's get it glued. Before I do that though, I need to put this on some sort of gluing surface. So, let me get myself organised. I'll be back in a minute. Right then, here we are. Now I'd normally put a block of wood on the top and clamp that, but today I'm going to use all these sort of gripper clamps that I've got, because I think they might work better actually. So let's get the glue opened up. It's really on its last legs, this one. Okay, now then, I don't want to get any glue on the end there, so I think what I'm going to do is cut myself some masking tape just to go over this end. That should do the trick. Well, it took a few more clamps than I thought to get like an even squeeze out all the way down the neck there, but I think I've achieved that now. So just need to leave this to cure. What, you mean you missed me sand all the body down? Oh my goodness me, you missed the best bit of the video. No, I saved you having to fast forward by doing it for you. And well, I've got this body rough sanded, it's all nice and smooth, and it's looking, well, I think it's looking really good. I'm really happy with it. And I've got the fretboard gluing at the moment. I need to let that cure, so I'm going to call this video a day. And just to say thank you very much again for watching. Really appreciate all the comments that you've given me. I certainly appreciated the comment about drilling holes in the top before I put it on, because that would have been a lot of work had I not done that, so thank you very much. And don't forget to pop along to Amazon to get that marvellous new novel by that fantastic author D.K. Dickens. I'll keep you gripped right up until Christmas. Anyway, I will see you soon. In the meantime, stay safe. Cheers.